Now, I'll be honest, I don't really remember the last Nitalics Natters I did. I don't think anyone does. But I'm back. I'm here. I'm ready to get started on some new stuff, some new Nitalics Natters. And I can't wait to have no one watch them. The optimism is high in this one. So welcome back to the long-awaited return of Nitalics Natters. Obviously, you've all been heartily waiting its return, waiting for the necessary man, which is me, to come and talk to you about stuff that you either didn't care about or didn't need to know. So here I am, and I'm ready to chat at you. But first, couple of notices about where I've been and what's going on. So after the release of the Binding of Isaac video I did with my housemate Louis, which was great fun, I'm really proud of it. It's really fun. And it seems to be doing quite well. It has generally positive outlook. It's been great. My laptop thought it'd be a great idea to just, off itself like some sort of weird Japanese kamikaze pilot. Okay, you need to stop talking for 1 minute. So the general consensus when I dropped it in to get it fixed was this is probably not going to be fixable, much like my own brain. So we'll give it a go, we'll see what we can do with it, and we'll report back to you in a week. And I was like, that's fine, that's chill, I could deal with that. And then 10 days passed, and they sent me a message saying, oh yeah, we brought it back and we couldn't fix it, so do you want it sent in for data recovery? So I went, yes please, I have a lot of stuff on there. So it's now been a bit longer, I'm back, I've got a brand new laptop with all my stuff on it. It's acting up a bit, but I can now get back onto making stuff, but I thought I wanted something a bit more chill, just to start off with. So here I am. I've got some stuff ready, and if you want to listen in, you can. But you're already about, 2 minutes into this video, so you should probably keep listening if you're already here. Please do. It's not like anyone else will. So speaking of technology, I want to get started with the general chat of this Nitalics Natters, which is the story and progression of the game Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red, which is looking to be one of the most hyped up and, well, optimistic games of the year, considering the kind of stuff that came out last year and this year. It's looking quite interesting, and after The Witcher 3 you can only really go up from there. But there are a few articles and points that I wanted to look at just for this, specifically regarding something that only came out a few hours ago actually, which is the idea that CD Projekt Red has confirmed. They have confirmed this, that Cyberpunk 2077 will get an Xbox Series X update for free when it's ready. They quoted, I think it was in a tweet or something, that you should never be forced to purchase the same game twice or pay for upgrades. And that's, that quote is a positive outlook for the future of gaming, considering the kind of companies we're dealing with now and the greediness of it all. That's a positive response. That's the kind of thing we want to hear from developers. In short, you can buy the Xbox One version in September when it comes out, knowing that it will see an update and an improvement sometime after the Series X comes out, or whatever time that update happens. But that's good. That's what we want. We want to know that we can get free updates instead of releasing it as DLC or making you pay for it anyway, or buying another copy. Those are the typical moves that businesses in the gaming industry like to make, and thankfully CD Projekt Red hasn't really gone for that. Now obviously this is great, you've got a game that's massively hyped up coming out in September, and it's looking to be improved for free, much like how No Man's Sky started off as negatively reviewed. It's now been updated for free constantly for the past 4 years, and now look at it, it's turned into something something people actually enjoy. I think No Man's Sky is a perfect example of that, but CD Projekt Red could come out and be the best game of the year and still get free improvements. What more can we ask for? What I find interesting is that there will likely be numerous other developers that are going to do similar things, Ubisoft and maybe EA and all that, all those kind of groups, especially people that I've badmouthed. Last year I spent an entire 7-minute video badmouthing EA and their business prospects and stuff, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 and all that kind of thing. And it looks to me that they're going to take this idea pretty on the nose and just run with it. Similarly with Ubisoft, they've already committed to making Rainbow Six Siege available for the Series X when it launches. So, after Ubisoft's frankly depressing year of 2019, we had Far Cry New Dawn. Oh my god, do you remember Far Cry New Dawn? No, neither do I. You had The Division 2, which no one bought, similarly to The Division 1. And then you had Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which was such a catastrophic failure that they've pushed back loads of games this year, like Watch Dogs Legion, which was actually something I was looking forward to. So that's a bit of a shame. But this is what I mean. You know, companies are coming together, probably, you know, stealing this idea that CG Projekt Red has had, and the fact that we even have to call it an idea. You know, this should be the norm. Should be what people are doing on the regular, instead of using these improvements and selling them off quite literally to the players of their game. You know, as I was saying in the EA video, you can't keep purchasing more bits to the game. You know, DLC is fine if it's adding, you know, if you've already got the set game, that's a finished product, and you add a little bit in, that's absolutely fine. Something like Spider-Man PS4 is a great example of that. But if you're giving updates that should already be in the game and making them pay for it, you know, maybe even if you put in a patch update for, you know, the 1-day patch, and then make players pay for it, that is a whole different story, that, you know, a whole different can of worms that we shouldn't really get into. I think what's happening here is actually a positive step for the industry. You know, we saw a lot of controversy in 2019, 2016, 2017 as well, with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, loot boxes, are they on the rise? I would assume so. And CD Projekt Red have made a good step. They put themselves on this pedestal and said, hey guys, follow me, this is what we should be doing. And after something like The Witcher 3, you know, a critically acclaimed RPG, now we're going into Cyberpunk. You know, there's so much hype for this game, and we just hope that, well, much like No Man's Sky, it doesn't, you know, dig its own grave the moment it comes out. But generally, I'm massively hyped for Cyberpunk. I think it's going to be great. It looks amazing. The story could be just enriched by the writing of CG Projekt Red. So who knows what's going to happen? But hopefully people will follow in the footsteps of this move, and maybe the games will get better from here. We never know. Maybe 2020 is the year of the games, not the year for everything else. If you watch the news, fuck me. But yeah, we're here. This is looking good, we're looking optimistic, and now my channel's looking optimistic because I have a new laptop. So if I don't see you in the coming weeks, I'm dead. And frankly, I couldn't wish for anything else.